to another live stream with me. It is day 5, and today we're going to be building a recommendation engine. Before we do that, let me make sure that we have some music going. And if you're joining me live, I would love to know where are you joining me from and what time is it there? Get some music going. Put my phone in do not disturb. Cool. Let me start my application. Check out the name. Git stash. Check out name. Okay. Let's see. Are we live? Oh, looks like we're live. Y'all can hear me. Hello, I'm from Brazil, 10:07 p.m. here. Hello, Des Pablito. Nice to meet you. Thank you for joining from Brazil. I've never been to Brazil, but I really want to go. Hopefully, this year I can go to Brazil. What do you work on, Des Pablito? I love my country. Actually, I would love to know where in Brazil do you live? And for somebody who has never been to Brazil, what are some places you would recommend they visit, except for the very famous statue of Christ? I definitely love the dance. This is the last Sunday for me before I go back to work. So I'm feeling that holidays have come to an end and a little bit of bittersweet feelings because we have to go back to work and I don't want to. Hi, Sayan. Welcome back. How are you this morning? Good morning to you too. It is 5:10 p.m. here and I am ready to wrap up my day. Well, actually no. I am ready to wrap up my work day. Work day. After this live stream, I'm going to go watch a movie. Um, Make popcorn, maybe do some painting. I still have to finish my bullet journal of 2025, which is almost done. I have been doing bullet journaling for almost 5 years now. And I really like it because it helps me stay accountable on my goals. and helps me show my creative side as well. So, usually in the beginning of the year, I start off with a new bullet journal and I set up my goals for the year, and I talk about what I want to achieve and some action items that I can take. So, for example, one of my goals this year is to be fit and work out 3 to 5 days a week. Um, I think I've had this goal for so long. I feel like it's such a um, common goal that most people have, is just to be fit this year. So for me, the action item is to have three type of workouts that I want to do: a cardio, strength, and yoga. So far, I've been doing well. Actually, I would love to hear from you. What goals do you have, and how are you doing so far on those goals? It's fifth day for me of this new year. How are you doing on your new goals? My main goal is to be a senior on the company where I work. That is awesome. That is a great goal to have. And I'm curious, that's probably though, what kind of role are you in? Are you a software engineer? Are you a product, something else? What do you do? And how do you plan to get to a senior level? Do you have any action items that you can take? Do you have any mentors who can support you? Meanwhile, I am going to share my screen because today we're going. I say building very loosely because honestly, I have never built a recommendation engine before. Um, I started with kind of like researching on what I need to do for building a recommendation, which is something that I did last yesterday in the last live stream. So today I am going to continue working on that, do a little bit more research. Yesterday it felt really daunting, honestly, working on the recommendation engine, because there was so much I had to do. There was a lot of math as well. Well, not a lot of math, there was some math, and I have totally forgotten my linear algebra. So today is going to be a day of recapping some things that I've forgotten, but also learning what I need to know for building a recommendation engine, which I've never done before. So let's see. Okay, let's make it look pretty. Alrighty. I am a software engineer. Yes, I have a mentor to help me. I want to improve my soft skills. That is already a great step, that's Fablito, that you already have a mentor to help you get there. Um, I think that's you're already ahead of the curve. I feel like when I was in your uh, role, when I was still a junior, I did not have somebody who could guide me to get there. And I feel like if I had that guidance, it would have been a lot easier for me, at least a lot more streamlined for me, because I kind of like had I made some mistakes, I learned from it. So if I had somebody who could help me guide that, I think that would have been awesome. So I'm glad and proud of you that you have a mentor. I want to improve my soft skills. I would love to know if you want to share what soft skills are you hoping to improve, and is there anything I can help you with? The very first goal was to stay healthy, avoid junk food, and I'm failing. Uh, I feel you. Avoiding junk food is hard, um, especially if it's very easy to kind of fall back on. Um, I've noticed that too with myself. Like something that I love to eat is kurkure. I shared a photo yesterday on YouTube community post, um, and Twitter as well, where I was recording a video and had a giant bag of kurkure on the side, and everybody kept commenting, "Oh, you have this bad habit of eating kurkure." I love it. Um, yeah, can't offer any advice there because I love kurkure. I think one thing that helps me is instead of completely removing it from my diet. Um, Instead of completely removing it, finding an alternative that is equally delicious. So, for example, fox nuts is a good alternative. But also, if you don't have an alternative, reducing the quantity of the junk food that you eat. So instead of having like a whole packet of something, you could just have like a small bowl. So this way you reduce the quantity, so it's not as bad for you. All right. So let me share my screen. Where is my prompt templates? And I'm going to share what we're going to do today. Oh, that's not what we're doing today. Um, okay, yesterday we were working on recommendation engine, and this is the article we were reading yesterday, which is we learned that there are two types of filtering: content-based filtering and collaborative filtering. And nowadays, there's a more hybrid approach that folks are using for building a recommendation engine, which is kind of something that we have to do, which takes care, which actually incorporates both properties of content-based filtering and collaborative filtering. So just to recap, what's a content-based filtering? Content-based filtering is filtering that focuses on the characteristics of the items themselves. So, for example, if you are reading an article that you like, then the engine will recommend you similar articles. Whereas collaborative filtering is that there are two users and one user liked an article, and the recommendation engine is going to recommend that same article or let's say that there is an article that both read, so we know that they are similar users. So if the first user liked an article, we know that the second user also liked that article. So we send that recommendation to the second person as well. So that's called collaborative filtering, which is more user-centric. It analyzes patterns and similarities in user behavior to make recommendations. But what we also learned yesterday is that there are hybrid techniques which integrate the strength of both content-based and collaborative filtering. Then where we left yesterday was kind of figuring out the steps that we need to do. So we figured out that we need to load our data. For us, let me actually open the app that we're building as well. It's localhost 5174. Oh, it's still running. Okay. I'll reload this, fill description. So just to recap, this is what we're building. Looking for, so let's say that we want to look for a real estate property in Seattle. It could be any city, but I'm using Seattle as an example. And instead of putting in all of the fields that you need in a kind of like a filter format or using the UI, you could just literally write an English language sentence saying, I'm looking for a three-bedroom house in Seattle in the range of $1 million to $2 million. Yesterday, I also found out that if you write just million, sometimes it has an issue. So I'm going to write it actually as like a number because when I was writing just million, like the word million, it would show me an error. Sometimes prompts would do that. So you just have to like learn how to write better prompts, which is part of the process of prompt engineering anyway. So what happens is if I write an English language sentence, I look for search. It will look up properties that match that match that requirements that I sent. For example, I said 1 million to 3 million, a three-bedroom house in Seattle. So then it's we're using LLM to parse this natural language into a JSON object and then send it over to our Zillow API, which is how we're looking up houses. And then it actually does a job of like using that JSON that the LLM produced to look for houses that match the requirements. So now we have like a 1.2 million house with a four-bedroom which matches our requirements. Now, what we did yesterday was we implemented a like and dislike button. And what that helps us is that if we like this property, we can let the recommendation engine know that I want to see more properties like this. And that would help me kind of create a feature such that more properties similar to this would be shown to me. So, for example, if I like this, what happens is that I'm using Directors as a database. So I'm going to open Directors Cloud. And if I log into my database, let's just make sure that I remember the address, which is 116 East Edgar Street. Now, if I sign in, Okay, 11 East Edgar Street is here, and my preference is set to a check mark, which means that I like this property. Okay, my music paused. Let me see what's going on. Simply pause my music. How rude. Okay. I have trouble documenting things. Everything in daily lives can be documented and improved. This will be a very positive impact. For example, if I um, make some propose to engineering team, make a document to explain the context of the problem, make the pros and cons. Um, Sorry for the bad English. I'm practicing. Amazing idea. I loved it. Des Pablito, your English is fine. Don't worry. I think like documenting what you're working on is actually a very important skill and especially really helpful as you grow in your career. So I am so proud of you that you're actually going to work on this skill. I think documentation takes time and practice, and learning how to document it well also takes practice. So I would just say keep going. What really helped me was reading blog posts that people had written and reading other tech docs. What do we call it? Tech doc? Like the tech engineering docs that people had written in your own company. Reading those as inspirations really helps in understanding what the format should be and what level of detail you need to write. So I would recommend keep going, keep practicing. You get better at it as you practice. But there are also inspirations that you can take from people who have written some tech talks. You can find them on the internet, but you can also read those tech talks within your company as well. Hello, Pink Gamer. Oh, Pinnock Gamer. So nice to see you again. How are you doing? How's it going? It's going well. It's day 5 of live streaming, and I'm so glad that I'm keeping this up. It's being consistent. Sometimes it's very hard to get on the live stream. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I wonder and I procrastinate if I should take a break, but I'm glad that I'm still here. I'm glad that I'm still going. So it's going well. Good start to the year. Would you be building AI agents as well in future? I have thought of building AI agents as well. In my current plan of things that I want to build, my next step is to build a recommendation engine, which is what I'm doing right now. So AI agents is not part of my plan right now, but that's something that I do want to do as well. So maybe in the future, yes. Also, I wanted to share that this application that I'm sharing here, I have uh, this application that I'm sharing here, I've actually created a YouTube video for this. I recorded it yesterday. It's going to go live next Thursday. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you will find it here. Well, you will find it on the channel. But if you haven't subscribed, you gotta subscribe so you can find the video. Okay, where is the channel? Here's the channel. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Um, what was the cause that spelling out 1 million gave an error? So spelling out 1 million gave an error because it was showing me that 1 million could not be parsed into numbers. Sometimes LLM does that. Like sometimes you get these weird errors and your application need to be kind of error resistant enough to be able to handle edge cases like this. So sometimes when I've written 1 million, like in the words itself, it's been totally fine. But yesterday I noticed that when I was writing the word 1 million, it was actually giving me errors. So it's totally random, it can happen. I need to get back into streaming. I used to stream a while back. Um, I wish you luck. Definitely get back into it. It's a lot fun. I used to stream a lot as well back in 2021, I want to say. Then work took over and everything fell apart. Um, but yeah. Okay. What is happening to the music today? Can you all hear the music, by the way? Not right now, but otherwise. So if I play it on my phone, how's this? Can you hear this? Nice lo-fi beats. All right, so let's open our code as well, which is here. Let me clean this up. Git stash. Git. Okay, close this. Don't save. Close this. Don't save. And I believe I have a to-do file in here. Sweet. Okay, so yesterday this is what we did. We understood what we need to do. How's the font size? Is it big enough? Okay. Okay, yesterday this is what we did. We understood what we need to do to create a recommendation list. We created a data set. This is what we have to do. We have to create a data set for liked and disliked properties. And we talked about that we could do this by just like liking a bunch of properties and disliking properties. And we can ensure data set, we need to ensure that data set has relevant fields like city, address, number of bedrooms, bathrooms, and nice to haves. Nice to haves is something that we do need to store. And so we said parse nice to haves to have JSON from the property listing. And the reason for that is because every house kind of looks similar, but like in terms of like JSON object, every house is kind of similar. So a 3 bedroom house that looks nice to see and view and modern from a 3 bedroom house that is a little bit older, maybe does not have a lot of characteristics. So how do we know all of that? We know that by kind of looking at its description and parsing the nice to have from the description. Generate corpus, which corpus I had no idea what that was. So that's something that we have to look up. Create vector embeddings for properties. And that's going to help us transform this kind of like text or JSON data into something that an LLM can understand. Store vector embeddings in database. And I think that's where we stopped yesterday. So today we're gonna um, figure out how to create collections like properties. Would be a good use case if you build a recommendation engine for music library. Yes, and a movie library as well. So that would be awesome if we can kind of show that these are the movies I like um, DDLJ, Kahana Pyar Hai, Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, and um, the recommendation engine can kind of suggest movies to you that if you like these movies, you would also like these other movies. I used to stream a lot around the same time, but then my desktop broke and took me forever to get my desktop back up, and then I lost some motivation to stream. Oh man. But I hope you find this as motivation to get back into streaming as well. And I hope I get to see your stream and I will join it whenever you start streaming. I'll start streaming once I'm done with taxes and all. Tax season always stresses me out, especially since I have to pay back the taxes this year. I for sure agree with you. I hate the tax season. So all the boring movies. I love those movies. Boring for you. How you set up the streaming? Is there any software for this? The editor and video looking side by side. Oh, hello, Utkarsh. I am actually using Riverside for streaming. Here, let me share Riverside's link. I used to use OBS before, but what I really like about Riverside is that it is like I really like this kind of format where um, it's like the video on the side and the picture on the side, and the background is beautiful. So I find the UI really nice. I've been using Riverside a lot for actually recording my videos as well. So I'm a big fan of Riverside. All of the um, all of the fireside chats that I host with people are also recorded or also edited on Riverside. So it has a really nice interface for editing as well, where you can actually just like look at the captions and what people are saying, and then edit it that way instead of having to like watch the whole video. And these are the fireside chats. I used to use Streamlabs. I actually used to use Streamlabs as well before. I kind of want to get back into using Streamlabs because I really like how it actually shows like the messages and people following and liking and subscribing within the stream as well. I really like that, and I kind of miss that with Riverside. It doesn't have that kind of live actions, so I want to get back into Streamlabs. Um, Although I did have it set up for yesterday's stream, um, so I'm not finished setting it up, but I want to get back into it. I like Streamlabs. Also, since there are a lot of you right now, I would love to hear what are your goals this year and how are you doing on your goals so far? We're almost at the end of the first week of 2025. So I would love to hear what are your goals and how are you doing so far? And what help do you need from the community? All right. Meanwhile, let's move this here and get back into building a recommendation engine. Let's actually open OpenAI's documentation. Let's see what they have. Ask ChatGPT how to build a recommendation engine. Can you actually help me with this? Okay, understand the types of recommendation engines, content-based, collaborative filtering, and hybrid models. We already did this yesterday. Collect and prepare data collection, extraction, tricks, purchases. This is what we're going to do today, which is building that data set on which properties we like and which we don't like, item information, attributes like genre, category, description, etc. This is something that we have to do. Data pre-processing. This is what we have to do: clean the data, handle missing values. For us, that's going to be nice to have because I believe we are not storing that in the database as of now. Let's just make sure. Yeah, we don't have a nice to have right now. We need to create that. And where is it? Where is it? Excuse me. Okay. Normalize the data if needed. Convert data into a usable format. User item interaction matrix. Choose a recommendation algorithm. Content-based filtering. Use item features to create a profile of user preferences. Techniques TF, IDF, cosine similarity, or embeddings for pre-trained ones. Collaborating filtering, which is memory-based, use user facts and reasons based on item preferences. Item, find similar items based on users who interacted with them. So for us, it's going to be content-based filtering because we need characteristics of one item, and then we need to find other items that match the same characteristics. Hybrid methods combine the results of content-based and collaborative filtering for better accuracy. Actually, this is a good point because in the future, if we have multiple users and they like similar properties, then maybe we can use that hybrid approach to create a better recommendation engine that is more accurate and that does not depend just on one user but can also pull other users as well. So perhaps a hybrid method would be helpful here. Okay, implement the engine Python libraries. This is what yesterday we were looking at. Pandas was the one that most people were using. For deep learning, TensorFlow, PyTorch, or Keras. I'm also curious what kind of support there is for JavaScript since I'm using JavaScript. But if not, we might have to switch to Python for the backend. Implementation steps: create a user item matrix or a similar structure, train the model or compute similarities, generate recommendation for users, evaluate the recommendations. Okay, create a user item matrix or a similar structure. That's our first step. That's something that we have to do. Evaluate the recommendation engine. Oh, this is interesting. How do we even evaluate the recommendation engine? Accuracy, precision, recall, F1 score. No idea what that means. Ranking, mean, average, precision, normalized discount, cumulative gain. Diversity, measure how varied the recommendations are. Coverage, novelty, optimize and scale, incorporate feedback loops for dynamic updates, use techniques like matrix factorization or reinforcement learning for real-time systems, leverage distributed computing systems like Apache Spark for scalability. Here's an example, basic example of collaborative filtering using scikit-learn. Okay, let's see what the chat is saying. Learning little DSA, Utkarsh. Um, I'm curious, Utkarsh, are you looking for a job? Eunice, goal one: how to get away from craziness of new models. By the time we check a new model, there's already a new LLM model launched. I don't know if we're going to get away from that craziness. My primary goal this year is to deepen my understanding of core CS fundamentals by building a database and a compiler from scratch. Wow, that is awesome, Sayan. I started to grasp the intricate workings and internals of database. That is amazing. I wish you good luck. If when you start doing this, and if you're already doing this, please do share this in a blog post or a video because I would love to read this. But that is an awesome goal. Also, if anybody is here on Twitter and watching this on Twitter, would you send me a message saying hello, either in the DMs or something? Because I have no idea what the kind of interface looks like in Twitter. I'm trying to see if anybody's sending a chat message, but I don't know if I can even receive any of those or if those are even working. Twitter is very like broken. So if you are on Twitter, please send me a DM and tell me you are watching this on Twitter. Okay, let's get back to the code. We procrastinated enough. Let's learn the code. An interesting thing that is that this is Python as well, and I'm starting to feel more and more that maybe Python is something that I have to kind of learn. But actually, I kind of know Python, but I just need to go back and revisit it. But let's see. Import pandas from sklearn metrics pairwise. Import cosine similarity. This is what this point was talking about, which is where is that? Cosine similarity. Where's that? Optimize? There. Choose a recommendation algorithm for content-based filtering. It is cosine similarity. So it's using cosine similarity and sklearn feature extraction count vectorization, which I don't know what that is. Count vector. I don't know what that is. Maybe that's the bit about the hybrid technique. This is a content-based and collaborative filtering. So memory-based is usually use matrix factorization, singular value decomposition, or alternating least squares. I don't know what that is. sklearn feature extraction, text, import, count, vectorization. Okay, let's move on. Data is this. User ABC, item 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, rating 543, 545. DF is PD.data frame. Actually, one thing that I was thinking of is instead of implementing like a like versus dislike, you could implement like a star rating. So then you can specify how much you like a property, and that will help to generate even more um, accurate results. But for now, let's keep it as like and dislike. Okay, df pd.data frame. Data frame was something that I looked at yesterday. It's part of pandas. User item matrix is df pivot table, index is user, columns item, values rating. Okay, going back to user item matrix, I think this was mentioned somewhere here, which is create a user item matrix or a similar structure. That's this number one step. Compute similarity. Similarity is cosine similarity, user item matrix. Similarity df is this. Passing the similarity to the data frame. Index is user item matrix dot index, which is the user. Columns is user item matrix dot index. Um, okay. Print user similarity matrix. Print similarity df. Would you like more details? Yes. ChatGPT based learning. So this is actually just the step number one of implementation, which is creating user item matrix. And then you just train the model or create similarity, which is something that they're doing as well in the code. Generate recommendation for users. I guess after that, you kind of already know which recommendations it's going to be because you have a similarity DF, similarity matrix, and I think you pick an item from there. And then the next step is to evaluate the recommendations in which they can rate those recommendations as well. And then you provide it back to the engine and kind of make the engine even more better. Okay, so I think for us, the first step is going to be creating this user item matrix. But even before that, we wrote that we need to create a data set for like and dislike properties. And then ensure that data set has relevant fields, city, address, number of bedrooms, and nice to have, which is something that we don't have right now. Parse nice to have to JSON from the property list. So let's do this. Today, we're going to create this January 4th and on Jan 5. This is kind of my work log. January 5, we're gonna create data set. Okay. So create data set for like dislike properties. And what I'm gonna do is um, go into my application, fill description, 1 million to 2 million. Now if I click search, I bet there is an error. I bet there's an error because of the 1 million thing. Yeah, see? This is what happens sometimes. Okay, what do I get back? Okay, I have a response data and then I have fields. I have items as well. My CSS is so wonky. It's like all over the place. Let's fix that. Let's fix our CSS. I don't like this. I don't know. Is that 20 million? I don't know. Sayan says, I did send a message on Twitter. Let's see, did I get it? I feel like I didn't get it. I swear, Twitter is so broken sometimes. Nope, I didn't get it. Let me send this. Hello, folks. Meanwhile, if you are new here, welcome to this stream. I have been streaming every single day of January. So far, it's the fifth day of live streaming. In this live stream, we're creating an AI recommendation engine. And today I am working on creating a data set that can be used to send it over to recommendation engine. If you're new here, you must also subscribe and follow and like this video because it helps to support my channel and gives me a motivation to keep going. Because honestly, sometimes showing up for the live stream and showing up on a video is hard, but knowing that you guys are there and are waiting for the live stream and are watching the video means a lot to me and it helps me come here every single day, day after day. So your support means a lot to me. Thank you so much for watching. And now let's fix our CSS so it doesn't look so bad. Where's our code? I'm going to move this into this. Okay. You know what? This is the problem. When I'm on a small screen, it looks fine, but look at that. When I'm on a big screen, it looks bad. So let's make it responsive. Where is my thing there? I came here to search AI that can change image to image. Any reco? Um, I don't think I understand your question, NXK. So if you can expand what you mean, I might be able to help. All right, now let's move this to where is my uh, that looks better. Maybe this one. Yeah, there you go. This is the resolution we're gonna fix. So I think what I want to do is kind of do similar to what Zillow has. If I go to Zillow.com, I really like this. So it has like this kind of banner at the top, but this search bar at the top, and then you can enter like you can enter an address, and then it actually gives you like recommendation and kind of like a slider. I don't like the slider, but I would like to have the search bar at the top, and then a list of um, items that match. Now, for us, because we have integrated with the database, we can actually say that homes you've liked or homes for you in Seattle or homes that you've previously seen, things that you've liked so far. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the CSS better or make the styling of my web page better so that I have a big centered space search field. And then I have a kind of like this nice button, but then also I have this beautiful looking kind of property. Also, check out this. This is really cool. It shows kind of like the nice to haves in here. It says fresh contemporary feel, wood burning fireplace. I think this is really cool. I believe this is coming from the description. So if I open this up, it has this tag actually that says wood burning fireplace. And I think it's just like showing me the first item in that tag string. So if I open this, yeah, it just picks the first tag and shows you what's special, which is a really nice feature because you can actually parse that from the description. Okay, so let's fix our CSS now. Where is my, there it is. So we already have a big search bar, but it's just huge. So let's kind of make it smaller. By the way, all of this Git code is in my GitHub. It's already up there. Let me share this with you. Um, Learning AI. Okay. And then you just need to like npm run dev. I think the README doesn't say, but you just need to npm run dev and it'll be good to go. And you start the server on npm start. Okay, let me actually update the README because if you're opening this, I want you to have the best information possible. So, hold on. This real estate app with AI and LangChain. Okay, one CSS. OpenAI, LangChain, Raptors. Okay, run npm install, install for npm run dev. This is available on 5.74. Run npm install, followed by npm run dev. Run server by npm npm or is it npm start npm run npm start, I believe. Cool. By npm start, the server is available at localhost 2000. Cool. property in Seattle. It's an only plane. Only plane. To database. Let's save property from the database. I'm not doing this right now, but why not? Cool. I'm gonna push this as well. All right, so now the README should be updated. Sweet. Okay, I'm going to show this on screen so you can use it if you want to. All right, now let's fix this. Enough procrastinating. App. Where is app? Okay, this is cursor, right? Oh wait, I'm using code in here. I didn't realize. All right, what was I doing? Right, CSS. 3 bedroom. I think the rows, this is the text area, so the rows are like 4. So let's reduce the number of rows we're using. I'm going to say 2. That doesn't look good. How's that? What happened here? Oh, I think Tailwind crashed. Hmm. Reload this. Oh, what? What happened? Localhost 5174. Oh, you know what? I have this running in another tab. Let me go and close everything else. Okay. Now run this. npm run start. And then what is the other one? npm run dev. Sweet. If I reload this, or open this in another tab, nice. Okay. Okay, full description, search. I'm gonna update this description to actually be like in words, like in numbers. 1 million to 21 million. Why not? So if I fill description, save this, reload this. Ugh, what happened? Okay, I think something is broken here. Oh, I know. The server probably crashed. Let's restart this. Network. Reload this. Local 5174. Okay. Full description. Nice. Search this. Um, proxy error. Multiple connections. All right. Let's make sure that everything else is done. Everything else is quick. Oh, the server is still running. Quit the server. Now restart the server. Okay. Search and search this. Okay. Fill. Search. Sweet. Okay. Nice to have is also getting parsed. I'm providing backyard and front yard if I haven't already provided that. And I think that's because in my LLM file, in my LLM API, I have return as an array of string. Nice to have, such as backyard and front yard. So I'm going to remove this and say return is an array of string and see what that says because I don't want it to actually auto populate a nice to have. So I'm going to search this and see what it gives back. Backyard and front yard. So it's automatically pulling that. And then if I click this, oh, I know why. You have to restart for the LLM API to take effect. Clear this, npm run dev. Now reload the page, fill description. I'm going to update the budget to 4 million and then search this. Localhost 5174 is already in use apparently. So I gotta be on 5175. Okay, fill description, update the budget, search. Nice. Thank you. Reconnection refused. John says, what is your LinkedIn? I have my LinkedIn is the um, same username as everything else on internet for me, which is Kapoor08. This one. If you do send me a connection request on LinkedIn, John, please send me a message as well because I tend to the LinkedIn requests kind of tend to get submerged. So please send me a message as well so I know it's from you. Meanwhile, I would love to know from everybody where are you joining me from and what time is it where you are? And also, thank you to everybody who's joining from Twitch and YouTube. Twitch is something that I used to stream on a lot before, but I left it recently. Well, actually, left it a long time ago, but I'm trying to get back into Twitch. So, thank you so much for everybody who has supported me on Twitch. And YouTube is a new platform for me, so I'm trying to get to the monetization benchmark, which seems to be a lot. It's like what 4,000 watch hours for somebody who's a new creator like me. It is a lot of consistency, but like getting there. So thank you so much for everybody who's been supporting me so far on these platforms. Your support means a lot to me. It helps me get out of bed and helps me get come online and show up here every single day. So thank you so much. Your support means a lot to me. I am from the DMV area. It is 9:05 p.m. here. Thank you for joining me that late in the night. What is the DMV area? Oh, Washington metropolitan area. Columbus, Ohio, 9 p.m. Wow, thank you for joining me from Columbus. I really want to go to Columbus one day. Um, Pinak, I believe it was you who mentioned yesterday that there's going to be a lot of snow. So I'm curious if there is a lot of snow this week. Okay, back to styling. Imran Dev, NPM start. Don't fail me now. Okay, don't fail me now. Search. Search. Something that I need to do in this UI is to actually add like a loader screen as well, because I don't like it gives me no indication that it's actually searching something as well. That's an improvement I need to make in the UI. Oh wait, I'm on 5175. Just doing the dance. Mm. Fill description. Search. Don't die on me, please. Don't die on me. All right. Nice to have in Seattle. So that's fine actually. So if I like this, preferences set to true, sweet. Bedrooms and bathrooms, and then I'm gonna like this one as well. So I do get this preference true back, which is what I need. I do see that the unique ID is set to null. This is something that I had to implement, but I haven't implemented yet, which is just that I have to provide it a kind of like a UID. Um, I'm glad you're streaming more now. I enjoy these streams. DC, Maryland, Virginia. I live in Maryland. Thank you so much, Pinak. Um, it means a lot to me. Oh, DMV stands for DC, Maryland, Virginia. Gotcha. I live in Maryland. Mumbai, India, 7:30 a.m. Hello, Ronit. Thank you for joining me early morning. You're welcome. Day 5 of 30 means do you plan to come again? Yes, I do. NXK, I plan to come every single day of this month until January 30. This is something that I'm working on to maintain consistency and continue to create and continue to build in public. So, yes, I will be coming every single day at 5 p.m. on this live stream. 5 to 6 p.m. is what I target. It's 6:10 already. So, I'm going to fix one last thing before I leave for today. But yes, I will be here every single day. Yes, we're going to be getting well. It's predicted to be between 8 to 12 inches. So we'll see. Starting midnight tonight and all day tomorrow. Oh my God. Good luck. I hope you have your groceries well stocked and your driveway is well salted because that is going to be a lot. No. Are you pulling the data from Zillow for the homes? Yes. I am fetching this from Zillow. So what happens is that I'm using this sentence to be parsed into JSON. So it's going to look for three-bedroom houses in Seattle, and this is the kind of price end, and price start, kind of like the range that you need to provide to Zillow. And then it's going to do a search and find these properties in Zillow. I have built this in GitHub already. Let me actually share the link again. This is the code. This is where I've stored the code, so you can go and find it there. It's completely open source. What about after January? After January, we'll see. We'll see how it goes for January, how I feel. To be honest, live streaming every single day is um, kind of stressful as well. But I think it's only my fifth day, so we'll see how I feel at the end of this month. But I do want to live stream more often. So even if I don't do it every day, I want to live stream at least every few days in a week. Okay, let's implement the last bit, which is fixing the styling, and then that's where we can call it a day. Okay, so no more procrastinating. Let's get shit done. So what I want to do is fix this in the landscape in the desktop mode, which is here. Fix this nonsense. Where is my app JSX? Here. Hopefully this is legible. Reduce the width a bit. And I believe this is coming like this because of flex. There. That's better. And we just need to make sure that all of the items are center. So I believe it is justify center. That looks good. We just need to add a little bit of margin as well at the bottom of this. So we'll do that. Where is that? Div ID properties. I think it's in render properties function. Render properties. There. Flex row, justify center. And then to H2, we need to add a width full. Where's my H2? There. There we go. I found a cool place to learn Git if anyone else needs it, or if you want to share it. I can put the link here, but you can Google learning Git branching. It's the first option. Okay, let me look that up. Learning. I'll look it up here. Learning Git branching. Just type in Git twice, commit to finish. Oh, this is so cool. Uh, this is like a very visual representation of what Git does. Okay, let's see what the instructions. After this window closes, make to the next level. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna share this. Thank you for sharing this. Okay. Awesome resource. Okay, let's add a little bit of margin to this. There we go. And padding in the bottom as well. Small is a margin of 1. What does it look like in small? That looks decent. I think there is too much padding at the side, but I'll fix that later. Now we want it to look like kind of like this little thing. Where is it? So we've got this search bar already, which is here at the top. It's huge, but it'll do for now. And then we want kind of like these multiple items. I don't like the slider, so I'm not going to add that. But I want it to be like small and have multiple items. So I think I'll have like maybe 3 items in one row. Go back to this. Also, the button is huge, so let's fix the button. I don't know why the width is full. Uh, fix this button as well. Okay, this image is huge. We can fix this image. Width is full. Let's see how we add a max width and tailwind. 0.125. This might be helpful. Or maybe 208 pixel. Let's see what is the width right now. Let's see what is the width here. This is 345 by 177. Well, that's the size of that. What is the width of this box? Um, the width of these is, where's that? 345 pixels. And I think the image is kind of similar as well. So the image is not much bigger than the actual box itself. The image is 345 pixels as well. Oh yeah, because the object is fit as a cover. That's why. Okay. I like that width, but it might be too small for our use case. So if I go here and say width should be like 450 pixels, that looks decent. The height obviously is 100%, or maybe fix this to 150 pixels. That's too small. 350, 300. Okay, that looks better. I'm going to add a class name to this featured image, which is in render properties. Um, where was that? I CHTA. I joined just now. Can you tell me what we're doing here? Yes, absolutely. Um, so we're building a real estate app where we can use simple English language to search for a property, and then we can use we're using AI to parse that text into JSON and capture properties out of it, such as nice to haves. Like for example, it should have a nice backyard, it should have a nice front yard, it should have a swimming pool, things like that. So we're using English language to look for real estate properties in Seattle, and then we're going to build a recommendation engine. So right now, what we're doing is fixing the UI of this so that we have multiple properties showing up on single column, single row. Right now, if you see, we have like multiple, only just one item showing in a row. We want to show 2 to 3 items in a row. So that's what we're doing right now. Picture, image. Ooh, it's 56. I can do that. Let's see what that looks like. Why does it keep breaking? I don't know what's going on with this. I think I have Tailwind running in another tab, so I'm going to go ahead and quit that. Let me go ahead and move this Tailwind watch here. All right, now if I reload, and I think I need to open this in a new tab because it forces me to do that. So if I localhost 5174, nice. Okay. Oh, the search buttons look nice too. Close this. Wait, I don't want to close that. Localhost, close this, and then the maximum height is 72, which is like 288 pixels. Max width, I want to give like three. I think we said 350, so max width medium. Mm, let's do that. Let's try that. So if I fill description and then search and inspect this, check that out. Neat. How cool is that? That looks really nice. The text is kind of left aligned. It kind of looks wonky, but we'll live with this for now.